Today, I'm going to show you an absolute beast of an altcoin gem, and maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't, but that's fine because we're going to show you a really good project today. What's up, my dudes and my females out there? Hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going to show you a really good project, and yes, you're going to really like it. So if you're new to the place and my YouTube channel, this is where you need to be to find really good altcoin gems and fully reviewed, so you know what you're potentially investing in, right? Not a financial advisor, I'm just a UX researcher by trade. So I've been doing this for around 11 years, and yeah, one of my skills is I'm pretty good at researching, or I think so anyway. But yeah, you be the one to decide that after you watch this video. But yeah, let's not waste time, let's get into it. Okay, let's have a look at what we're looking at today. Playzap. Right, so right here, okay, and it's up a lot, right, as you can see, and this is the 7 days. Okay, so we're up 177%, so pretty good, right? You're doing very well. And then the current market cap right now is 2,800,000, and market ranking is 1,000. So it's quite low down on the list, all right, but pretty good. And then you've got a circulating supply of 10%. So yeah, obviously could be better, but yeah, pretty not too bad, I'd say, right? On my channel, I do look at circulating supply, but I'm not gonna let that type of stuff throw me off. Depends, you have to really look into it, like when it dilutes and all that. But yeah, not too bad. But as you can see, recently in the last 7 days, we had a crazy rip, right? So we went from basically half a penny, near enough half a penny, to about 3 cents. So yeah, that's like a 5 or 6x, right? So very good. And obviously now you can start seeing that we're getting some consolidation here. So yeah, could be potentially a good time to buy, but I will show you that in a minute, right? But what we want to look at is actually the project. Okay, so let's get into that. So here you go, this is Playzap. All right, and yeah, what it is all about mobile games. Okay, so mobile apps and games. As you can see here, you zoom in, we've got the app store right here. So it's on the App Store and Google Play. So very good to know. And yeah, an overview on this is it's one app, but it has loads of different games inside of it. Okay, and these are basically Web3 games. So yeah, you can bet your coins, tokens, things like that. But yeah, very cool idea. Really like it. And yeah, obviously you can see the type of quality of this. It's very cartoony. It's very much a demographic of like Candy Crush demographic, which is one of the biggest games in the whole world. Yeah, I can see a lot of people playing this, right? It looks fun, and that's what a good game needs, right? It needs a lot of fun. So yeah, good to see. So yeah, just going through this. So it's free to play and skills to earn. So you basically have to be good at this game to earn, right? So gives you a lot of a reason to play the game potentially, right? So yeah, and yeah, you've got play tournaments. PvP is player versus player, and then you've got multi-gaming apps. So yeah, one app with games inside of it right here, you can see, and then also so you got to be skilled at them, right? So pretty interesting indeed. Okay, so what is the overall thing? So you've got ecosystem, so rewarding, playful and decentralized. So competitive gaming, true ownership and sustainable economy. Okay, so this is always good to have this type of stuff, right? And then so true ownership, let's have a look at that. So each of the digital assets you win, you get a limited edition Z passes, you get passes or tokens, right? So the PZP token or an exclusive digital item is yours. So yeah, that's pretty cool, pretty fun, gives you incentive to play, right? I really like that, giving it utility. And then here's some of the games. So you've got like a match master, so it's like a match 3. You got solitaire, puzzles. Oh yeah, you got pool blitz, look, see 8-ball pool, that type of thing, bubble shooter. So yeah, basically if you go on the App Store, right, you're gonna see a lot of these similar type of games. So yeah, pretty cool. It's good. It's gonna fit into a niche of like mobile gaming, and yeah, I think this is a good user experience for sure. So yeah, what exactly is the PZP token? So obviously if you're going to invest in this coin, you're going to invest in the actual PZP token, right? So so where is the real-time money made, or the utility behind it? So the PZP token is a game utility token, right? So empowering the Playzap ecosystem to unlock the true potential of the game economy, where our players are in the true ownership. So pretty cool. Yeah, so then what else we've got true utility value, digital asset ownership, and then Stake to earn. Okay, so yeah, you can stake as well. So that's really cool. So obviously, if you're gaining these coins, you can also stake it and get rewarded that way. So that's really, really cool. And then yeah, the roadmap. So one thing I noticed about the roadmap. So obviously we're in Q3 2023, so we're near the end of it. So here is all the stuff they are doing. And yeah, so one thing I would say to note down with this project. I mean, it's really, really good. I really like it. But obviously, what's next? Okay, so that is something that is not on this here because they've achieved their roadmap so far. So in terms of fundamentals, we kind of need to see some more, right? Although it's really cool already, but we need to see a bit more. That's what I would say. But yeah, that's the site. But we're gonna go more in depth now, okay? So, and how do we go more in depth? We are gonna look at the team, okay? So this is very important when you're investing in coins, I would say, because we're in crypto, man. Like, there's a lot of rug pulls, there's a lot of things like that. So you need to have confidence to why you're investing, and the team is pretty much a good way to know that, right? Can they pull it off? Are they experienced? That is what we're looking for, right? So let's get into that, okay? Okay, so how do we get into that? So we're going to go to company, and yeah, this is going to give us a little bit about this, right? So we'll get to the rest later. We'll go to the team first, okay? So first off, we've got this guy right here, okay? So let's go onto his LinkedIn profile and find out about him, okay? So here we go. Let's have a look at his experience. So, yep, he's a founder and CEO right now. Oh, what lost it? There you go. Yeah, so he's obviously the founder and CEO, so that's great. He's full-time, really, really good. I'd love to see a full-time person, okay? And then, yeah, so he's a founder and CEO also, actually, of another company called Piper Play, all right? So he's doing both. So that's something to think about as well, okay? And then we can look at Piper Play in a minute. And then yeah, he's got a lot of good experience though, right? So you've got Utopia Mobile, so that's where he was working before, co-founder of Cozy Games, so he's actually had an experience with actually being a co-founder before and a CPO. And yeah, look, he used to work for Miniclip as well, so that's really good, right? Some really good experience there. So Miniclip, obviously a great company. They've done a lot of big games inside of web, right? So yeah, definitely really cool right there. Let's just go a little bit deeper as well, okay? So yeah, Miniclip, and yeah, he's been a producer, so game designer. Oh yeah, Gameloft as well. So that's where he started out his career, it seems. So yeah, pretty cool. He's worked for Gameloft as well. So yeah, I would say I rate this guy, right? Rate him. He seems pretty interesting. So what is Piper Play, right? Let's have a little look at Piper Play. So here we go. Oh, does not work, but let's have a little Google, okay? So we'll go on Google and then we'll do Piper Play and see what it's all about, okay? So, okay, here you go. And yeah, pretty interesting, right? So the inventors of tomorrow start with Piper. And yeah, well, I have actually looked at this, by the way, right? So yeah, it's really quite interesting because they're making like basically toys or games but for children, right? And so obviously you've got to understand that market if you're going to be a founder of the company, so which is pretty cool. And they've got like quite a good thing, so they've got a partnership with Google, that is very cool. And then also look, I've noticed this, why the co-founder of Apple loves Piper, right? So literally they have some interactions with Steve Wozniak, right? And he's one of the founders of Apple. So yeah, very, very cool. So the reason I'm showing you this and we're going in a little bit more deeper into this other company is because you want to see what he's done in the past, right? So, you know, people like this is a good sign, right? Because he's managed to get out there and do pretty well, okay? So, so yeah. But what about our next guy, right? So the next guy we're going to go is the co-founder, the CCO, okay? So it is Taha right here. So what's Taha been up to, okay? So here we go, co-founder. And yeah, he's been doing this for 4 years. So yeah, he's a co-founder and art director before on here. And then he's obviously co-founder and CCO, so that's good. And he is also present at Piper Play as well. So these guys are both linked to that Piper Play company. So pretty cool and good to know, right? That is what they're doing. And yeah, so they've got some good experience. And then yeah, it seemed like they've kind of followed each other, right? And both got quite good experience, so pretty good. It's definitely, you know, legit people, so they're not like random people. They've got a lot of work experience, they've been around, and yeah, I think this is a good team. It's definitely a strong team, so a great sign, I would say, a great sign. Okay, so next we're gonna go and look into like partners, right? We want to see, have they got any integrations with anyone already? Like, you know, is there good signs there? So that is where we are going next. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so we want to look at partners. Okay, so we've got backed by Marie investors. So yeah, so you've got some of these investors here. And yeah, we've got KuCoin, really cool. And if you actually have looked at this, you can get it on KuCoin. So they already have a listing on KuCoin, which is great because obviously you can pick this up in a big exchange. Very good. It's been incubated by the labs as well. And yeah, some of the other partners as well. So the venture capitalists. And it says partnered with amazing technology builders. So basically, this is really cool, right? So you've got Unity here as well. So obviously, in terms of partnering, I'd like to learn a little bit more about that in terms of is it a proper partnership or is just using the tool? But either way, if it's a partnership, that's really big. Okay, so Unity, if you don't know who they are, is a game engine, so you can build games with it. But yeah, really, really cool. Okay, so partners are looking good. Okay, so yeah, so the next thing we're going to vet is the idea. Okay, so in terms of overall what I think of idea, I think it's a great idea. Okay, so yeah, I think it's something to consider. But yeah, let's quickly just go on the screen and we can vet it a little bit more. So yeah, so go back to home. Okay, so this is what we're vetting, right? And in terms of the idea, yes, I think it's cool. Okay, so there's things that I've looked into a little bit with this to see how good the idea is, and has it got legs. Okay, so for example, you've got the App Store. Okay, so they're on the App Store, they're actually released onto the App Store. So one thing to note with this is really, really cool is that to get on the App Store, you have to go through a vetting process, right? There's a lot of guidelines to get through it. So they've obviously done that, got through Apple, so that's a good thing straight there. Okay, and then if you look at, if I zoom in, you can see it's got 5 stars basically, so 4.8 ranking in terms of people being happy with it, 57 ratings, so they've got quite a lot of ratings already, so good to know indeed. But yeah, what about Google Play? So this is where we can get a bit more juice, right? So they're on the Google Play Store, so that if you're an Android user, covering both bases right here. And just bear in mind, this coin only came out recently, right? But if you look right here, look, 100k downloads. So that right there is very, very bullish, right? And we're only at like, well, below 3 million market cap. So 100,000 users as well. Damn, right? It's good. And then, yeah, reviews are very good as well. So you can see how this could do really, really well in the bull market. Yeah, potentially very, very good. Okay. So the next thing is, okay, the next thing I'm going to be vetting is the general website, right? How good is the website? Obviously, if we have a bad website, it's not going to be too amazing, right? Because people are going to find the user experience quite hard to use. So, you know, we have to vet things like the website as well, because people can just literally pump ridiculous amounts of money just because the website is good. So, you know, that's something we need to look at. So let's have a look again. Okay, so yeah, I think personally the website is quite good, right? It is very nice. It's quite clean. You can read it very easily. You can find out exactly what it is very easily. You can see the different games. The only criticism I'd say is that, you know, maybe showing these games somehow linked through to the app, because obviously if someone's on your site, they might want to click it, right? And then I'm clicking it, but then it's not going there. Other than that, it's fine, right? I think it's a great site. It looks nice. And yeah, they've got their own like menu here, which is kind of cool. So it's like a infrastructure, kind of like a game itself, right? So pretty cool. So I can't complain with the website. And yeah, so the other stuff is the product, right? So how good is the product? And I just showed you there. I think it's fair to say that the product looks pretty good, and obviously got 100,000 downloads. And yeah, it looks like a great product, and I would say it fits in very nicely with today's demographic of gaming. So for example, you know, some of the biggest games on the App Store is, you know, fits in very nicely with that, right? So there's gaming people like Catch Up Games and loads of different game publishers. Yeah, I think it fits in very nicely. It's got to be friendly and fun, so this is what we're looking for, right? And yeah, so the next thing, okay, we are going to look for is the socials, right? So social media and all that, right? We need to have see if there's any type around it, people talking about it, or just generally look at what they're doing on social media, right? So that's where we're going next. So where is that? Okay, so Here we go. We're going on Twitter. Okay, so we are looking at Playzap games. Okay, and they currently have 61,000 followers. So that's really cool. So for a coin what only has like 3 million market cap, and just bear in mind at the beginning of this week it probably only had one, right? And then it's got 61,000 followers. So this is really, really good. And yeah, if we look at like some of the stuff around there, so look at this, right? They've got genuine, what I can see, like interactions. Okay, so got 41 people talking about it, 81 reshares. So 81 reshares is a lot, right? And then yeah, you've got 244 likes, 60,000 views. So I think this is definitely like genuine people talking about it, not like just a random like robot or bot doing it. But yeah, definitely seems pretty interesting and legit, right? And they're very active, as you can see. They're doing loads of different competitions, trying to get everyone excited. Yeah, I think it is pretty cool. So socials definitely stand out. Okay. And yeah, the next thing, okay, is we need to look at is the coin utility. All right. So as we kind of looked at this already, we can see there is utility, but maybe there's a bit more to that. Okay. What can you do with the coin? That type of thing, right? So let's get into that. So just by looking at it, we are going to look at, well, tokenomics and generally some of that stuff around here. So you can see the supply, okay, and what they're doing. So you've got reserves at 10%, marketing 10%, liquidity exchanges 19%, advisors, publishers, like small amount, pre-seed 4%, seed sale 2%, private sale 9%, public sale 3%. Game incentives 20%. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So 20% goes to basically public there, and then the team 17%. So one thing to like know with this, yeah, obviously in terms of it being decentralized and all that, I mean, you might think, oh, it's not that decentralized, but you know, you just need to remember, for a company to make money and to do well, they need to have a piece of the pie, right? So when it comes to decentralization, like for a gaming coin and all that, I mean, yes, it's important. I agree. Decentralization is very important. I really value it. But where I really value it is like, you know, layer ones, those type of things. I really value it there. In gaming, you know, people just want to have a game they can play and get rewards out of it, right? So yeah, it's important too to look at, but we're looking for two different demographics, right? We're looking for demographics of, we've got gamers and obviously crypto people, right? And we need the gamers, right? Like crypto people want to invest in it and they potentially can pump the bags, but obviously the more users you have, the more the coin gets bought as well, right? So there's two people we're looking at there. And here is the vesting schedule as well, so you can see when all this stuff comes out. So yeah, I'm gonna need to look into this a bit more. Okay, so it seems like from what I can see, it's about a year, right? Most of it comes out. So that's something to note down, okay? Because obviously in the heights of the bull market and all that, you might see this come into fruition where it devalues a bit, right? So just pay attention to that. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but just, yeah, something to look into. And if you guys know more about this, then definitely write it down in the comments down below, okay? So yeah, do that. Let me know if there's something we should look at together with this. But cool. So yeah, in terms of what is it doing now, okay? So we want to look at, is it a good time to get in right now, okay? Or should we wait? And obviously you could look at the vesting schedule for that as well, because you might want to weigh that into your equation. But yeah, in terms of the chart, let's just go into the charts and see. Okay, so what we're going to do, I have done a little bit of drawing on my chart already. Okay, so this is on a daily chart. Okay, and usually what I would suggest, right, is to look at the 786. So this is the 786. Zoom in a bit. It's not letting me zoom in, but all right, this is the 786 right here. Don't know if you can see it, but this line right here. Okay, so this is usually a really good place to accumulate something, so the price usually goes back to it, but it depends on the time frame you're looking at. Okay, so I'm currently looking at this on a daily chart, right? But if we was to go on, let's say, an hourly chart, right, then you get a different perspective, because I've done from the bottom to the top. So this is a Fibonacci, if you don't know that, and then no, the 786 right here, this is what we're looking at. So that right here is the price. So yeah, it could either go to 786, all right, or the 618, okay? And obviously a 618 would be usually a good place to go back to as well. And as you can see on the hourly, we've actually got back to that already, right? In terms of the candle, so it went through there. And you can see, look, for example, where it's getting support on, right? So it's actually currently getting support on the 0.5 line. So it all depends on momentum, right? Because it's a new coin, this could just keep going up, right? Might not be the high. I'm sure it won't be the high, right? As in, well, yeah, it's something to look at. So is it going to go back to this level here or back to this level? And this is where you could be buying. So what is the prices? Okay, so the prices, if you can look on the left hand side, I don't know if you can see it because I can't zoom in too tough, but is 13 cents, right? So let's have a look. Yeah, so it's not really letting me do that, but yeah, 13 cents right here, and then 9 what's like a penny, right? 0.09. Okay, that's something you should also look at if you were looking to get in. If this was to drop, that is where I would look to accumulate. Okay, but I'll be real with you, it might not drop. Okay, so that's what you got to look at. All right, but if it does and you really like this project, then that is what you should be looking at. So next up, right, we're going to do some price projections. Okay, bullish target, right? So the bullish target for this, it's got to be Gala. Okay, so with Gala, let's have a look at the market cap real quick. Gala, so here you go. All right, Gala Games and the bullish target right there. Okay, so you know, I might be off and on with this. I don't know. I have to refresh the page to see what the market cap is, but the market cap is 338 million. So that's our target. And then the second target we're going to do is going to be the top of the market, right? So market cap, and it's around 5 billion, just to let you know, as you can see right there. Okay, so around 5 billion. So yeah, let's get into that right this second. Okay, so what do? So we get the market cap right here off Playzap, sorry, and then yeah, it is around about 3 million, right? So we'll do 2.8. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get our calculator right here, and yep, right here, and also we're going to get our bullish target number 1 up, right? So bullish target number 1. So there you go. What we're going to do is 2.8, right? It was, and then we're going to times that by 113, and then that is going to give us, there you go, 316 million. Okay, so that would potentially give us, well, 113x. So yeah, very, very cool. And in terms of that being the same as Gala, it's a little bit short, so you could even say 114x, right? Because that's what you would get, right? So yeah, very cool. 114x right there that you could be making just to get to Gala's market cap. But yeah, what about the next bullish target, right? So we're going for super bullish target. Okay, and this one obviously is gonna maybe get you off your seat, off your rocker. We'll have to see. Okay, so let's do that as well. Okay, so that is this. So it's Gala at 5 billion market cap, right here. Okay, so around about 5 billion. So let's get the calculator and work that out. Okay, so what do? So we're going to do 2.8, and then we're going to times that by 1,681, and that is going to give us, well, this is 4,700,000,000. We didn't even get to 5 billion, right? So yeah, so you could even go further than that, right? So that would actually, it's current moment me doing that calculation, which is a little bit off, is 1,681x. Okay, crazy, absolutely crazy, nuts, right? So you know, when we are looking at super bullish targets and normal targets, right, we are looking at the potential. Okay, and whether you think this is going to get there, well, we don't know, right? But what we do know is that Gala right now, we're in a bear market, and then if you're watching this video right now, so the price is low. Okay, so for us to achieve the market cap on bullish target 1, potentially it could happen. Okay, and in a bull market scenario, obviously 5 billion came into market in the last cycle, but guess what? In every cycle, we get more and more money coming in. So, and this is a new project, never been through a bull market scenario before, so it potentially could do very, very well, and you might see that type of gains come in. So yes, I would say be bullish on this coin. So if you like that, then definitely give the video a like, right? If you thought this coin was great, then yeah, you should definitely give it a like. And if you did like it and you just thought, you know, it's good, let me know, tell me about it. All right, I want to know what you think about this project, and if you think any other ones are good, then also let me know down below in the comments. Let me know if there's a good coin that you think I should be looking at. And on this channel, right, we're all about trying to go to the top of the market together. And yes, you should subscribe, okay? Because if you want to be around for the ride, and I'm trying to be around the ride with you guys as well, yeah, we need to be on the top of the moon, going there together. So that is what I'm saying to you, right? But if I don't see you though, I will see you at the top. Bam.